ברוך אתה אדינו אלוהינו ונשיאנו לאברהם ליצחק ויעקב ולכל הדודים עלינו אלוהינו וחסדים טובים כן יעקב וזכר חסד ואומץ מגיע לבני למען שמי ויעבור מלך עזר משיח מגן ברוך אתה אדינו מגן אלוהים אמן אף תגידו לאלוהים ואינו תניס מהתורה ולשיר משיח יש נמיכה בוטיים בחסד לחיים עשם רחם רבים סיים פניכם ורפך חיילים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים נוס רשינו פורמי חומק ועלבורס ומידי מלוך מלך וניסו וחיים ושבגישו ונאמונה תולת יפניסם ברוך אתה אדינו
אמן נקדישך ונעריצך ונעשיך זה ואמר Seid sarfi koyda şimdi şaşkın duruş o kapısı gelmiyor. Tabii zevze diyor ama. Kadosh. Baruch kavod Adonai Baruch Adonai Koy Yerkosh Kokosulei Mo. Imloch Adonai Olam. Imloch Adonai Olam. Tzidor Hallelujah. Tato kodesh b'shem kodesh u'desh b'chol yemi u'kosel amroch ha'kodim el ha'kodim Tato cheinu l'odom nasu mama d'omashvin o'chanem mitpokos m'vinu v'azor ha'kodinoi Einen ador Shireinu adinu l'eteroseru Arit mokeinu l'amud l'eteroseru Shosh mo'le ponecha amroch ha'kodim Roitze b'shuva Amen Весовые видовые флоры, что сейду кашоним, а то если брохот киев, ты умеете латунер кашоним, бару хатуадин, ми бару кашоним, а бешер погода лехарусеним, саме если кавно сен кашоним, яхат мя потом писал слацейно, бару хатуадин, ми кабец митхамес, шива шутен решение, цену кило сермен йоген брахом, колено хатуадин, леватхо бехесет, брахом, цену кемишкот, бару хатуадин. Amen. Если будет положение королевы, то выхода правой антониру карису, он вкусом шомиру, сакеду шаберу смогей. Весахни, я бетервенейну бару, тато один ойдим умахни зайти. Амен. Задите малакасили малазит на побейсе слоев, врапутас бейсе фрейна, геря цедек волейни, рахаме падину элейну, весен софор дай бихолабой, мишуко бемес, висим хилкейну и мой улейну гой, нивошки бихобот окну бару, хато один ой. Шон мифтох лацадики. Амен. Иерушалайм ирхум рахам тошу, висиш кемес. Висиш кейн бисихох кашоди бартом, визадор абухом хиро бисихох тохин, нейсох бихоргенейну биняней лобару, хато один ой. Войне Иерушалой. Амен. Зебал вирабру мирасан смия, нору бишосехо, бишосу кирину кола ен бару, хато один ой. Смия кередишуа. Амен. Шма килейну адину, рахум рахум, Рахум роц, нес посейну кейш, шемет филис високану мото, умито некому кейнриком, ати швейну, киато шемет филис колте, борохато адино, шемеят фило, амен. Цей адино лейну вам пристроен, велис философ шейва, вейдали тюр висехо, вейшо Исрол солосом, биалос, каву роцен, сибиросен, томи, таведа срола мехо, везеха зену, инен душу платенду рахамим, борохато адино, амаказишхиносей, леци, амен. אנחנו לך. חיינו מסביבך, ונכנסנו כלסלוח וניסך שבכל יום מונו, ונכנסך ודרסך ובכל עץ ערב ודרצרויים, אתם כלכל רחמי חמירחים כלסם חסדך ונכנסנו לו,
Wel, minus worden we zijn om iets naast de schim van al geen kom ik wel boy. We willen fijn, we willen zelf de schim, wat we de leven die te boy, zo zijn zelf heel te. Baruch ato adino. Adem schim van de leven. Amen. Shalom tego rob of tijd. Kan we het praten. Alleen wel vol is wel met vol en dan die vol die hebben van echo. Die hebben van echo dat salon adino alleen teras gaan was geset. Uzdok, Kovro, Kovrachim, Chaim Sholem, the David, and for the work is absolutely the whole case. And go show this with them from Baruch, Tato Adino,
Baruch Shmo,
and the work is absolutely Bashol.
Amen.
Okay, let's check it all over and see where it's. Yeah, look over and see where it's not. That's right. Hey, no, they say that the way when it was hey, no, no. Sabe, o verbo de Oshon que em Shom Tazim Shalom Sein de Shom Mamor que ele prova Shema Dino e Shom Neymar.
Vai agora,
Pena que era como não lhe dou vida na escola. Adoro.
עלינו לשבח, לאדון לכל אנחנו משתחווים ומודים.
ועל דין לקבל את כל הדין אלוהים ולתמיד ונאמר לו אוי הדין אל המלך על כל האורס ויאמרו ידין אחד ושמו אחד
Amen. Amen. Amen.
ואני אסבא, אני עשיתי, ואני אסבא, ואני טוב ימלך, אז אני שמח ירושלים אצלך, התבצע איתם בישגלת שקלתי איתם לשערכם שמיים במדד הקרב שאפיזו פרעיצים, האפיזו ולקלים כשיסו חמיים ירם את העבר נחת שכסו למעצמאלה, וימי זה סומי לי למים כיוון שאבל הלגת טלפון שנמי, והצעה כזיש ברק ובזק כסס ישראל, נראה חיר ולהם תאי למיצו שני ואני חמץ פעם סיפקאי, יגל
זה קרה אחרי העדיר, קדיש.
אמן. אמן. Amen. Amen. Today in Jewish history. So today's is 7:54. Okay. Alright, today in Jewish history. Today is the anniversary of the rebuilding of the start of the building of the wall around Yerushalayim, which makes it to celebrate Shushan Purim. You need a wall. You need to have a wall around it. Well, that wall, after the destruction of the Beis Hamikdash, will start to be rebuilt. Ezra probably, yeah. And tonight, so we had one of our wicked kings who actually came from the Hashmonaim family. His name was Alexander Yanai. He came from a good family, but he was a Meshugana. And he was like a reform. This is Saduki. Saduki is today's reform. And he was also bloodthirsty Meshugana. I guess it came together, I don't know, whatever. And he, at one point, killed a bunch of Talmidei Chachamim, and the rest of them were able to, once they figured out what was going on, they all ran away from him. He invited them to come join him in order for a meal, in order to kill them. They ran away, and they were saved from Alexander Yanai. So that was the dangerous system. Anyway, so we're going to start learning, since we just finished Purim, and 30 days before Yom Tov, we're supposed to start learning about the Yom Tov, and so we have Pesach coming up, and so we will learn about Pesach. And one of the things that happen every single Yom Tov outside of Eretz Yisrael is we have 2 days of Yom Tov, and we are preparing. Often we prepare from one day of Yom Tov to the next day of Yom Tov. What could we do and what can't we do on Yom Tov for Yom Tov? So we'll start off with that, and then we'll make our way through the laws of Yom Tov. Again, it says 30 days before Yom Tov. We're supposed to start learning about Yom Tov. That's what Moshe Rabbeinu did, and we're going to try to do the same thing. So everything that's forbidden to do on Yom Tov, let's say that. Everything that you're allowed to do on Yom Tov, you're only allowed to do for that day of Yom Tov. So you're allowed to cook on Yom Tov from a pre-existing flame, but you can only cook for that day of Yom Tov. But so let's say on the first day to the second day, you cannot cook for that day. Even on Rosh Hashanah, so not just, the Chiddush over here is, again, it's not just on a regular Yom Tov, where on regular Yom Tov, inside Eretz Yisrael, they only have 1 day. Outside Eretz Yisrael, they have 2 days. And so you might say that the second day of Yom Tov outside of Eretz Yisrael is a chumrah, I'd say it's a stringency. For Rosh Hashanah, everywhere. So again, so that's why you can't cook on the first day of Yom Tov, the second day. You might say that. But Rosh Hashanah, where both days are the same, in Israel, they also have 2 days of Rosh Hashanah. And both days are the same strict of Rosh Hashanah. So you might say that it's not a big deal to prepare from 1 day to the next day. Just like you can prepare for today, you can prepare for the next day. So the Shulchan Aruch tells us, no. We're only allowed to prepare for that day of Yom Tov. Of course, wants to have fresh food. So fresh food on Yom Tov. And for sure, on a regular Yom Tov, for a Chol HaMoed, for an intermediate day of Yom Tov, and surely for a regular weekday, that we're not allowed to do. We're not allowed to prepare on Shabbos, for after Shabbos. However, if we're cooking for today Yom Tov,
let's say we're making a roast. So you could use a bigger pot and fill it with a little bit more potatoes and a little bit more meat. Even once it's already on the fire and we already have it's already cooking and we know what we want for today, we say, you know what? Let me throw in a little bit more for tomorrow. If it's Yom Tiv, for Yom Tiv, you're allowed to do that. Why? Because he says the more food you cook, it makes the food taste better. Plus, food tastes better. When you make more food, it tastes better. And for guests. Maybe a lot of guests. And no guests come. Okay, fine. Whatever. But maybe you will have guests. You're not going to take a chance. You're going to have guests. And you're not going to have food for them. We're not taking such a chance. So we put in more. But we don't even, I'm saying we don't even need to come to that because it'll make the food better. It's already, if it's for guests, then okay, we're doing it for guests, you know. But here it's a bigger chiddush when we say that not just, we say that it's just to make the food, it tastes better when you have more. The more the merrier. He says when is talking about dafka when by food, because food tastes better the more you do. However, you shouldn't say, don't verbalize it. Don't say I'm going to put in more for tomorrow. Don't say it. It's interesting. It's a concept. You know, you're going to do something, but don't say it. Just cook. He says, just cook it plain. However, with other foods, that it's not going to, you know for sure it's not going to be better. And you don't have the excuse of, so then you need to come to the excuse of guests. And you don't have the excuse of guests, you say, no, I'm not going to have any guests. And it's not going to make food taste better. Then don't do it. He says, not just that, but even something where there's no work involved. Cooking, there's work involved. You're cooking, you're mixing things around. Even something which is no food involved. For example, filling a pitcher of water. Or bringing wine for Kiddush. I'm having Kiddush by my friend's house, and I'm bringing wine, or let's say I'm bringing from my house, where I'm eating over here, I have good wine at home, I'm going to bring wine for tomorrow, so I don't forget. Otherwise, knowing me, I'll forget. I had good meanings, but I'll forget. So there's no preparation, I'm walking anyway. You know, even if it's for Kiddush, so it's for a mitzvah, or for Havdalah, it's a mitzvah. You're not allowed to prepare. And for this reason, he says, even to roll a Sefer Torah. So what happens is on Yom Tov, so there's rolling Sefer Torahs, right? So a person might say, you know what, I'm going to roll all the Sefer Torahs on such a long day of Yom Tov, let me roll it today for tomorrow. You should not roll Sefer Torah on the first day. The Tzarech HaKir Yom Tov Shenis, in order to be able to read it on the second day of Yom Tov. And also not for Shabbos. You don't do it on Yom Tov, the next day Shabbos, for Shabbos. There's the Ein Lahatir Zois, and you don't give a heter for this, there's no loophole for this. Af Lemi She'eniach Eretz HaShilling, even for someone that made an Eretz HaShilling. I'm not sure what Eretz HaShilling has to do. Eretz HaShilling is the Eretz that allows you to cook. No, that's Eretz HaShilling, sorry. That allows you to cook from Yom Tov to Shabbos. We're going to have it on the second days of Pesach. No, we're not. No, this year we don't have it. Shabbos and Yom Tov, Shabbos to Yom Tov, right? Then Shabbos and Sunday? Okay, so forget it. No, we're not going to have Eretz HaShilling. But even made Eretz HaShilling, it doesn't say, you could, you're allowed to cook. You make Eretz HaShilling, you're allowed to cook. on Yom Tov for the next day, which is Shabbos, right? So you might think, since you're allowed to cook for today, for tomorrow, I can make the Sefer Torah from today to tomorrow. Can't do Sefer Torah today, tomorrow. Only cook. Interesting, yeah. Right. One second, we just finish the halacha. He brings the source for everyone to work. And so too, he says you're not allowed to set up the candles, Shabbos candles, Yom Tov candles, right? You should not set up or just wicks from one day to the next, even from the day to tonight. In 20 minutes, I'm lighting candles. Can't prepare. Oh, unless unless you're gonna light them, you need the light, you need the candle for before the second day. In other words, let's say, so growing up, we had a basement, and we used to have, like, instead of pantry upstairs, we didn't have room upstairs for the pantry. We would have downstairs. We had in the basement. We had, so we would have, let's say, Shabbat tablecloths or whatever, and all of a sudden, okay, we ran out. We had to go downstairs to get. So, but the lights are closed. So then you would take a candle. On Yom Tov, you're allowed to take a candle, light from a pre-existing flame, right? So the stove was always on Yom Tov. The gas stove was always on. You would light from the gas stove a candle, and you go down to the basement. That's allowed. It's not a problem because you're using it for now. But the candles, if it's so, let's say you only have one candle, you're doing it now. You light candles from that. Oh, so let's say you only have one candle left, and you're a single person who's lighting that candle for Yom Tov. It's enough to light into Yom Tov, but you need it now to get your bamba, your bisli is downstairs, and you need to get it. So you can light that candle. Go get your bisli. Can't put it out. Leave it there, and then as soon as Yom Tov kicks in, as soon as candlelight kicks in, then you can make the bracha on that candle. So you're preparing from one day Yom Tov to the next, but you're not because you need it for that day. Yeah, makes sense. Claro. All right, Maariv, page 118.
I Yeshua, Mouthing, Young Karanga. Yiskadav, Shemay Rabah.
Amen.
Kamal the Rock was saying, and Lisma for saying, the small for the neighbor, great Mishite.
Amen.
Kayathon, Yom Eton, Kayako, basis Rabah, the love is one to read, and Ruth on name.
Amen.
Shemay Rabah, Rafa, Rafi Sabat, Stardi, Samandi Sante, the Sadar, the Salah, the Salah, Shmiku, the Shab,
Amen.
Lava Cup, the Research, Assaulting at Mossad, and Run Your Mom.
Amen.
For who was Nahimara? Magil Daniel Ben Laya, Rocha Kadonai, Maria Erling. The Scarlet to serve in Rocha Kadonai, okay, the more you share. Adonai, or Hakamanaz. Amakusa were strong people and Moshe and Israel, Chon Israel, Zakabav, and Mukalam. I am roughly a long way. At night, Yaakov, not at night, Esther called the below something and broke up at night while Israel. The Sadar, the Salav, the Salal, Snake with the Shabri, the Lobby Poverty, or Session, or Subject, or Southern Afghanistan, and Iran, the Oman. Yiskadav, Yiskadav, Shemay,
Amen.
Ladi Rock will save and Leaf will save it. Small for Canadian famous shit.
Amen.
California, it's not California, it's still, but a lot of months to leave and Amen.
Amen. Shmei that one out. Go nice play. Amen.
Just so therefore, a song, Basic stroke, a down, have a long to the Shmaya, Amen.
Amen.
Based on our own side, I can be my way, I'll call you strong.
Amen.
Session along, I'll be a session on the land of place.
Let's let it go. You guys made up. That's what's up. Amen. Tonight, Elio is having, Elio who's being a lifetime Mincha Maariv, Elio Dolganos is having an engagement party. It's taking place in Surfside. You know, what's the address? Let me know.